Hi there, I'm Professor Blackmore, and I want to welcome you to ProfessorBlackmore.com, where our goal is to empower results through real productivity. And if you haven't been here before, I'd like to ask that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. And please also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Well, today I'm coming back to you with a few more details about how you can get the most productivity and efficiency out of using a OneNote law firm notebook. And if you want to get more information about how to make a OneNote law firm notebook, please review one of my prior videos on this topic. But right now, I just want to share with you a few more of my productivity tips about how to maintain a OneNote law firm notebook. And in doing so, I'll also hopefully convince you of why you should maintain a OneNote law firm notebook. So I'm just gonna go back into one of my OneNote sample law firm notebooks so that I can just show you one more reason why you may want to consider moving your law firm files over to OneNote. And again, once you place something in OneNote, you'll never lose that note. And you can access that note from anywhere you are. And OneNote is highly searchable. All you have to do is put one word in that has anything to do with that note, and you'll be able to find it in 2.2 seconds. And so with this very powerful Microsoft resource, you can collect all of your files in one place. And these are the type of notes that you just can't keep in a paper notebook. And so I'm going to demonstrate this for you by going back into my Winters versus Ramirez automobile accident civil case file here. And so I have my desktop version of OneNote, but this is my notepad. And I also have the ability to access these same files on my desktop version. I can access these same files on my online version of OneNote on my mobile devices. And so I'm going to go over here to my Winters versus Ramirez civil case notebook in my Boss Lady Law Firm OneNote Law Firm Notebook, and I'm going to find my case file right here. And so what I really want to do is I want to go to the diagram of the accident. So I'm going to find that on my desktop version, but I'm also going to find this over here in my remote device so that I can show you how you can access these same files while you're in a remote situation or if you're in your actual law office. And so I'm just going to go down in my file and see if I can find my trial exhibits. And here exhibit A is my diagram of the accident right here. And so as you can see here, I have the ability to access this file on my desktop version, and this is my notepad version in the event that I'm not in the office. And in my prior video on the OneNote Law Firm Notebook, I demonstrated this to you using my Samsung Note 7, but today I'm using my Samsung Z Fold 3. And I'm going to be moving back and forth between the desktop and the online version. Okay, so I just want to go over here on my desktop version and show you a few things that I like to do. Now, I'm going to get ready here in a moment to do a quick note, but I like to organize some of the ways that I do my notes. I like to do my notes within charts. And so I'm going to take this diagram that I have here of the accident, and I want to insert a chart. So I'm going to go up to my Insert tab, and I'm going to put a table around this. And I want to have two columns because I want to have a column on this side over here so that I can put my notes inside of this part of my note. And when you create these charts, you can do all kinds of things. And you get over here into this table drop down menu at the top, you can do all kinds of shading in the background if you want to do that type of thing. But right now, I'm just going to keep this simple. And there are some times where you can take the view that you're looking at on the screen and you can go up to the View tab, and just to maximize the view in the viewing area of the screen that you're working in, you can click this button that has this page width icon on it, and it'll snap the width of the item on the page to the width of the viewing area that you are working with on your screen. And as you can see, that table addition has already synced over to my online version of OneNote that I'm using on my Samsung Z Fold right here. And I'm working here in my sample case, and I want to take a quick note because what I've just discovered here about this case is that we're entering into the last few weeks of the discovery period. And I want to report back to the claims adjuster because I just discovered that in the last few weeks of the discovery period that the plaintiff does not intend to take the deposition of the eyewitness at the scene of the accident, who happens to be the plaintiff's next door neighbor. And so I'm just going to mark here on my online version using my Samsung Z Fold. I'm going to mark right here, which is where our eyewitness, Miss Oshima, was standing at the time of the accident. Now, as you can see, if I'm working with people back at the office, they should be able to see that note sync at the same time, almost instantaneously. Now, recently during the plaintiff's deposition, she did in fact confirm that Miss Oshima is her next door neighbor. So I find it very strange that the plaintiff is not going to take the deposition of Miss Oshima. And so I have contacted Miss Oshima to see if she will be available for me to take her deposition. And I had an opportunity to discover some very interesting information from my conversation with her. And so this would be the type of thing that I would want to dictate a quick note while this information is fresh in my mind. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn on my dictation so that I can have a note right here handy with my diagram. And so I'm already right here in my diagram table or chart that I have created here within my OneNote note here. And so to start your dictation, you want to go over to the Home tab, and then you want to click your Dictate button. As you know, the discovery deadline is approaching in this case, period. It is my understanding that the plaintiff is not going to take the deposition of the eyewitness, Miss Oshima, period. As you know, comma, Miss Oshima is the plaintiff's next door neighbor, period. As you know, comma, the court's discovery cutoff is coming up at the end of next week, period. It has come to my attention that the plaintiff's attorney does not intend to take Miss Oshima's deposition, period. I find it very unusual that the plaintiff does not want to take Miss Oshima's deposition, period. New paragraph. New paragraph. Based on this discovery, I contacted Miss Oshima to see if we would be able to schedule her deposition, period. During my conversation with Miss Oshima, I discovered that it would be her testimony. I never saw the plaintiff take her feet off the pedals of her bicycle when she approached the stop sign at the intersection, period. You are aware that the insured had the right-of-way at the intersection and did not have a stop sign, period. Based on these very interesting dispositive details, comma, I have scheduled Miss Oshima's deposition, and I wanted to discuss authority to proceed to take Miss Oshima's deposition and possibly a video deposition, period. I feel that we could benefit from considering the cost-benefit analysis of whether we should take Ms. Oshima's videotaped deposition, period. I look forward to discussing these very interesting developments with you, period. Okay, so now to end this, all I have to do is press this dictate button once more. And as you can see here, I've dictated a note here with my diagram. While this is fresh in my mind, I can go back and easily copy and paste this into a nice communication or correspondence to the claims adjuster. In addition, this would also be accessible to everybody back at the law office on your team. So when you transcribe or dictate this note, someone back in your office support staff will be able to type up this message and format it correctly and send it off to the adjuster on your behalf. Now, as I demonstrated for you previously, in OneNote, you have the flexibility of being able to also record and do dictation at the same time. And I have provided the link for the full video so that you can review the full video so that you'll be able to see that demonstration. So now, you would agree you just can't do any of this with your regular paper office files. OneNote gives you the versatility to collect all kinds of media, audio, video, text, screen clippings, and so much more, all within your client files. So what do you think? Would you consider using OneNote in your law office or business? If so, or if not, let me know by leaving a comment in the comments section below, letting me know why or why not. And if you'd like to purchase a copy of my OneNote trial, deposition, or motion hearing notebook template, please visit me on my website at professorblackmore.com. And in the meantime, I'd like to ask that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell so you won't miss any of my tips. And please also follow me on TikTok and Instagram.